Hey everybody, it's Mark. I was working with a client the other day when I asked him this question: what are you afraid of here? In the context of coaching, fear does not often come up, except when it's clear that this fear is an obstacle that is holding the client back. Sometimes fear can be beneficial, like in the case of my almost 16-year-old son who's learning to drive a car. I want him to have a respect, a little bit of fear even, for what it means to operate a vehicle. But more times than not, fear is simply an obstacle that keeps holding people back. It could be fear of change and the unknown. It could be fear of just taking a risk. It could be the fear of what other people think about you or your choices. You know, a few months ago, I was in Peru on a mission trip, and we were working on a construction site. And if you've ever traveled outside of the United States, you know that construction sites are just different. They're not the same. And so we're on the site, and I was asked to do a job on what would become a second story, working with some rebar. And what they didn't know is that I'm deathly afraid of heights. So I had a choice. I could embrace this fear and attempt to accomplish this task and contribute in this way, or I could play it safe and remain on the ground. And I chose to overcome this fear and accomplish this task. And I tried to put all the things that would distract me out of my mind to focus on what I was doing and limit the amount of attention that my brain was giving to this fear of heights. You know, when I look back on that week and think about all that we accomplished, I think what I'm most proud of is being able to overcome my fear of heights and contribute in this way. The author Robert Kiyosaki, in his book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, says that fear is the main reason why people play it safe. The actor Jim Caviezel says that you weren't made to fit in, you were made to stand out. So, if you're ready to stop playing it safe, if you're ready to stop just fitting in, you're likely going to have to overcome a fear. It may not be easy. In fact, it will likely be hard. But with the right focus and perspective, it can be done, and it can be extremely rewarding. So if this is you, if fear is holding you back, then let me encourage you to name your fear, to choose your response, to begin to move forward and lean into the adventure of overcoming your fear.